Welcome everyone to the Frost Esports Twitch channel. Today we are bringing you Blizzard Rocket League tournament number 64. I'm Starcoin Hero and I'm joined by Doc Roz. Doc, how we feeling tonight?
Feeling pretty good, man. We're gonna call them Team Gibberish versus Brutal Team 37. Should be a great game. Honestly, I've seen Brutal Team 37 a couple of times. Fantastic team. Interested to see how Gibberish plays. I haven't had a chance to see them yet.
Yeah, I have not either. I do know of a familiar face, actually two on the team of Gibberish, Bala and Eris. Very, very solid players. Of course, we've seen Bala, I believe, on the only team to ever go undefeated throughout a Frost Esports bracket, at least in my casting experience here. And Eris is a very solid player as well. And they are joined by Lacamion Tavius. I think I'm pronouncing that right. We're going to see later on. But anyway, it's Gibberish versus Brutal Team 37 in a best-of-3 series to start us off. Doc, what are we thinking for this game on?
What am I thinking? I mean, honestly, not a whole lot so far. I'm just interested to see how both teams play. Like I said, I haven't seen Team Gibberish play, so I'm not familiar with their play style. I believe Brutal Team 37 had a pretty aggressive one from what I recall last time. So I'm just interested to see what their counter to that is, whether it's going to be more aggression or if they're going to try to slow the play down a fair bit. And, I mean, that was a nice slow play into the air dribble that we saw there, so maybe they are going to be going for a bit slower touches, try to make them overcommit, perhaps.
I mean, when you're going up against an aggressive team, there are two ways to play against them. There's playing slower and slowing the pace down, or you can try to out-aggress them. So far, it seems like Gibberish are taking the latter option. They want to go as fast as possible. They believe that they can be the aggressor against this very aggressive team. And that's going to make them very dangerous if they are able to do it effectively, because you got a team like Brutal Team 37. Their playstyle is very brutal, hence the name. But if Gibberish are able to out-combat them and are able to be the true aggressor, then that's going to put a lot of pressure on Brutal Team 37, as well as the rest of the bracket.
Most definitely. Kind of some good team plays going out there for Team 37 on the offensive play. A couple of good bumps. I kind of thought they were going to be able to get away with a goal. I'm really surprised that Gibberish was able to keep that from going into their net with the amount of pressure they had coming against them. They were able to counterattack it a little bit too, but it does look like they're just getting thrown back. Just seems like they're kind of playing a wait-and-see kind of game here so far.
Seems like a couple of whiffs on the back line of Brutal Team 37. That gives Gibberish an opportunity to strike back, but nothing is sticking just yet. They're throwing quite a bit to this wall, but everything's bouncing right off. Gibberish has an opportunity. Bala sets up the perfect shot for Eris, and Eris just cannot take it. Met at the ball, and now we go back the other way. Gibberish on the back foot now. Possible opportunity, but Bala reads that pass off, and once again, we go back towards the orange side.
Eris, little slow play opportunity, almost manages to get it past, but it gets sent to the side from a defensive bump from behind him. Bala tries to play it off the backboard, gets sent aside by Dre. Now Dre past Eris. Tavius manages to get the ball back into the corner, but it is going to get cleared by Lev over another one. Bala, last one, manages to clear it over to mid. Now it's a free ball for Dre. Quick shot over the top. Eris is going to clear that up and high, but No Grab's going to take it anyway, try to do something with it, but he's just a little bit late to the ball, and now Gibberish gets another chance to counterattack.
So far, 3 minutes, 20 seconds in. Still no scoring for game number one. Lev, with an opportunity, lands that flip reset, but is hit away before they're able to get the flip reset off. Here's an opportunity for the orange team, but Bala has to clear that away one more time, and that they are able to do. 50 from Lev, keeps this ball pinned on the backside of the blue, and No Grab. Really good aerial control to tap that ball. Keep Gibberish under pressure at all costs.
Eris, really nice 50. That was a good team play for the orange team, but unfortunately Eris was there to cut that off. Now they've got a chance to attack on the orange goal. A little bit of another team play, almost gets a shot into the net, but it goes off the post and just a little bit wide. Another ball in front of the orange net. Nobody's there to clear it. Rays backwards, tries to turn around and clear it, but Eris is going to send that back over. Lev tries himself, but Bala takes it back. And now the ball's going to fall down over in midfield, and Tavius is going to clear it over to the wall. Dre tries to clear it as well, but Tavius is going to keep that in play. Bala drops it over to the crossbar, gets knocked to the side. Another missed opportunity. Very, very close game, just a lot of back and forth. I'm surprised neither of these teams with the opportunities they've had have managed to get anything in. Another great one for Lev, maybe a double tap. He can't get to it fast enough. Unfortunate to see. I thought he had it.
Yeah, this game has been so back and forth with so many team plays and quite a few shots. I'm surprised that we have not seen a goal just yet, but here we go. Final 10 seconds, and it's look at me on Tavius to slam that one in. And just like that, 6 seconds to go. Gibberish score first, they strike first. First goal of the broadcast, and it might just be the last goal of game number 1 because Brutal Team 37, they have half of 10 seconds to go.
Well, they're not going to get one, but Gibberish sure is. Fantastic. Aris able to just roll that ball in after Bala gets it up the wall. And nice and easy, up by 2. Nothing really left to say about that one. GG for Gibberish. Brutal Team 37 is going to have to try again in game number 2.
And this is a best of 3. Not sure if we mentioned that starting off, but this is a best of 3 to start us off. The winner will go on to face either Fast and Furious or Bet3, whoever comes out victorious in their game on the top side of this bracket. But man, what a game it sure was. I mean, we see the coffin shutter. Look at me on Tavius saying in the chat, what a game, and that it was. I mean, it was so even for 4 minutes and 53 seconds, but in the end, when it got tight, when it got to the nitty-gritty portion, Gibberish were able to score first. Brutal Team was not able to keep up with the pressure, and that is definitely going to be something to watch for in game number 2.
Most definitely. Team number 37 is going to have to figure something out here. Like we both said, the game was incredibly close, but they just got beat just enough on the offensive rotation, and their defense just wasn't quite up to par. Aris, nice flip reset off the wall, might have a shot, but Dre sends that aside. Davis can send it off the wall, try for a redirect, gets it off, but it's too high. No grab, tries to clear it aside, but Bala's going to keep that over in the corner. Aris plays it up off the ceiling. Lev tries to clear it away. Tavius goes for a shot. Aries almost gets the bump, but no grab still clears it away. And then a big clear for Dre is going to give them a nice chance for a counterattack, but it seems like he kind of let it get away from him. And Aris is going to walk away with it.
Like it, Lev. Double tap potential, but he hits it a little light. And now Gibberish has an opportunity. Look at me on Tavius, just holding it down. Bala wants that shot, but they are going to miss it. Aris taking this over to the wall now. That ball is going to get away from him. The flip reset does not connect, trying to set up a shot for their teammate, but that one does not find its mark either. And now Brutal Team 37 has a little bit more time to take advantage of the situation and assess what's going on. It's the shot from Dre, the save by Bala, and none other than the coffin shutter of game 1 has to clear it. Aris one-on-one, and the defense wins that one out. Still 0-0.
He dropped that ball. It was a real smart play. I really thought he was getting it under him, but defense knew what was happening. No grab did not let it slip by. Fantastic goal line defense, and something they really needed to keep them in a fight in this game. Honestly, Brutal Team 37 needs to get a goal on the board first. Otherwise, I think it's kind of not a great look for their mental. They already lost 2 in that first game that was already really close. We've got another one that 2 minutes in is equally as close, and I don't think it's going to be too great for them if they let themselves take first blood.
Oh, definitely not. They need to score first to keep the mental alive, because you can't get shut out in game number 2 and then not strike first in game number 2. You have to strike first here. And look at me on Tavius, not going to let it happen. The flip reset is perfect. However, the shot off of it is not. And it's going to be off the goalpost. We go back towards the blue side. Dre, really good solo play. The flip reset does connect. However, they get hit as soon as they connect those wheels to the ball, and Aris has to clear it away. The passing play just a little bit misread by Quintavious. And now, Brutal Team 37 has to take some time here. They have possession. There's no need to rush anything.
The amount of times this ball is just sitting in front of the net. Speaking of in front of the net, Latavia is able to clear it around one defender, and a nice goal off the pass from Bala, or the 50 rather. Lev tried to do something with it, but he couldn't really respond. That's going to be a first blood for Gibberish. Brutal Team 37 staring down the barrel of a repeat of the first game. They've got to change something up quickly. What do you think that they need to fix in order to start getting some goals on the board here?
I never want to say that it's a simple difference of mechanical skill, but I think that's simply what's going on. Everything that Brutal Team 37 is doing, Gibberish is just doing a touch better. It's nothing major. It's nothing detrimental on the side of Brutal Team 37. It's just Gibberish is doing everything a tiny bit better, and that is what's really separating these two teams, because you notice Gibberish have control most of the time, and they're able to make almost all of the saves that come their way, and they are able to end up with possession every single time. That is the byproduct of that. Just the better mechanical skill, very slightly on every aspect. The touches, and even just the strategizing. That is what's really setting these teams apart. And Brutal Team 37, I don't know if there's really any way that they can keep up with this.
Well, they are doing a good job keeping up on that play. Brutal Team 37 is going to get their first goal of the series, no grav. They managed to get a shot off just a little bit too hard for Eris to stop, and that's going to fall into the net. 1-1. They've got a minute left on the clock. Maybe Brutal Team 37 starting to figure out their way back into this series.
It really seems possible with a minute to go. There's still a lot of time to win this out in regulation. And not forget about the possibility of overtime. 55 seconds to go. Which one of these teams will strike next? Right now, seems like Brutal Team 37 is the controlling team for now. But Eris trying to change that with a huge touch. And now Bala staying under that ball. Decides not to take the shot. Forces the back line to make that save. And Bala at the very last second gets their car on that. And now we go back the other way. And the offense of Gibberish starting to show their colors one more time. The redirect from Lickameontavius is the score. And what a pass from Eris as well. Gibberish take the lead. 20 ticks on the clock.
That was a fantastic shot. Not the way I thought all that pressure was going. It seemed like Gibberish was on the defensive for most of the last couple of plays there. They get one chance to counterattack, and it's just a booming clear and a beautiful redirect to an empty net. Now Brutal Team 37's got 7 seconds to try to get something, but now it's in front of their net waterfalling, and Eris is going to put that one away. I'd say that looks like it might be a wrap for Brutal Team here with only 5 seconds left. I'd be very concerned for Team Gibberish if they managed to throw this one away.
Yeah, I don't think this comeback is happening.
I don't
with
think
how little time you have, and with how big that deficit is, and with how perfect the defense of Gibberish has been, it's just not going to happen. The clock reaches 0. Gibberish will win out this series, and they are on to the winners finals. Brutal Team 37, they will fall down to the lower bracket. What a game by the entirety of Team Gibberish, and they have a one-way ticket on to the winners final. But the question is, will they overcome Fast and Furious, who took down their opponents 2-1?
That is the question indeed. Fantastic gameplay from Gibberish. First time I've seen them play, so they definitely put on a show for us. I'm excited to see what they do against yet another team. Like you said, Fast and Furious going to be the next matchup here. And we're going to go ahead and get ready for that one. Shouldn't take us too long. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with you, folks.
Welcome back to the Frost Esports Twitch channel. I'm still Starcorn here. I'm still joined by Doc Roz, and we are just about ready to get into the winners final of the Blizzard 64 Rocket League tournament. We got Team Gibberish versus Fast and the Furious, and we're upping the ante a little bit. We got a best of 5 for you, chat, so make sure to get hyped for this one. Doc, what are we thinking for this best of 5?
This should be an interesting game. Team Gibberish put on a clinic against Brutal Team 37 in the last series. Fast and Furious, we did get to see them last week, and I am personally, I think you are as well, a bit familiar with this roster. Knew a couple of the players, met them a couple of times. Very, very solid. Bussy out here with a CRL 2022 Worlds Finalist tag. Really strong player. Definitely the carry of that roster. It's going to be interesting to see how they play this time. They did get knocked out of the tournament last week, so be interesting to see if anything's changed as far as play style. And be interested to see how Gibberish handles the competition. Should be, I'd say, a bit of a different game than what we saw in the last series.
Definitely. We got different teams, different players, and we even have a different format. A best of 5 is a lot different than a best of 3. It's only 2 extra games, or a possible 2 extra games, but it makes all the difference. The last series, of course, we did not need 3. We went in 2. And do you think this one's going to 3, or do you think we're going to see a game 4 or a game 5? And if so, which side?
I think we'll definitely see more than 3 games. At least I hope so. I don't want to see another shutout in a row, just at least for my own entertainment, I guess. But as far as who's going to win, I definitely think it's too early for me to give you an opinion on that, as I do want to see a little bit more how their playstyle develops and how they tweak things as they see how the other team plays. A little bit of back and forth. So I want to hold off on that one, at least maybe see how things go after the end of this first game before I make a prediction on the rest of this series. But I think either way, both teams have a strong chance of getting some. Woozy, almost a great opportunity off that, but couldn't quite get it on net. Passes it to his teammate. Fuzzy not able to put it on target either, and it gets sent aside. Now a counterattack for Eris gets set aside by Woozy. Bala passes it to Eris. Back over to Bala. Quick shot. Little slow, actually, over to Wuzzy. Back up to Wuzzy. And big clear by Peeps is going to send that off to Eris in the blue corner. And just a little bit of back and forth. Couple of wasted opportunities here. And another one maybe for Wuzzy off the back wall. Leaves it up for his teammate Peep. Peep drops it into Bala. Bala able to drop it down to Eris. And Eris with a nice flick gets it over Peep. Last one back. Manages to get a touch on it. Now Buzzy with the ball in the corner against Bala. Bala, nice 50, but Peep's going to take it anyway. And once again, just a wee bit of back and forth. That was a dangerous ball, but thankfully for Fast and Furious, nobody able to get there from Team Gibberish. And yeah, just a lot more back and forth. Same as usual so far.
And we saw this in game number 1 of the first series. It went all the way to 7 seconds before we had our first goal scored, and we could very possibly see that same exact thing play out, because so far, 3 minutes in, we are seeing a carbon copy of game 1 in the first series, so it would not surprise me if we get into the last couple of seconds with no goal scored.
It wouldn't surprise me either. It certainly seems like that's what we're getting here so far. It might be just an all-around low-scoring series, which, you know, just shows that the teams are pretty well matched. No team really having a sizable advantage, but Eris striking first blood for Team Gibberish. Fast and Furious are going to go down by 1. Great dribble and just a little bit of an outplay. Looks like Pete jumped a little too far for that one. Wasn't able to get a touch on the ball, and they're able to just walk it in. So Team Fast and the Furious are going to have to pick this one up and try again if they want to tie this back up.
Yeah, they will. And we don't go as far as the first game of the night, but we do go pretty far. But this time it is answered. Peep with a really nice goal off of a solo play, ties it up, 1:27 on the clock. And I just don't think the defense of Gibberish was ready for that solo play.
I don't think either. Unfortunately, just a little bit of a missed touch from Antavius there. Not quite able to get the ball in the corner, and just kind of leaves it for Peep. Peep, great shot, is going to tie that up. There's still a minute and 20 seconds left in the game. So both teams plenty of opportunity to take the advantage in this one without us getting sent over to overtime. try on a solo play there. Is going to get sent aside by Eris. Eris beats the defender, passes it down to Tavius, and a ripper of a shot past the defense is going to bring Team Gibberish up by 1. And Fast and Furious right back where they started about 30 seconds ago.
Yeah. Momentum definitely in favor of Gibberish. They scored 2. Fast and Furious only scoring 1. Going to need to see some bussy power if we want to see this Fast and Furious team coming back. But so far, it has been Peep who has been the aggressor. 5 shots for 1 goal. And Bussy has been mainly defense. 2 saves off of 1 shot, which is very defensive. Need to see a little bit more from the offense of Fast and Furious, because they can't keep taking shots like this. Eventually they're going to break, and if you get down by 2 at this point, that's pretty much GG's. So they're going to need to score a goal pretty quick.
Well, I don't think they're really going to have that opportunity on that one, because Balo and his teammate got a huge 50 here on Peep. Oh, just look, Tavius by himself, and it bounces over to Balo, who's just free in the mid, and now they're up by 2, 22 seconds. Like you said, that might be the death sentence here for this first game. Fast and the Furious gonna need to step it up, and step it up quick, unless they want to drop down with the game disadvantage here in the first of the series. At least it's best of 5, so they've got a couple more opportunities. They're not on their last life yet, but still not the best start, not where you want to be.
Definitely not. You always want to start a series off with a win. That is a huge, huge step in a series. The first game is the second most important game of the series, besides from the last one. And the second most important game of the series goes to Gibberish, so that is going to really affect how the rest of the series is going to go. But I believe in Fast and Furious. This is a very strong roster with a lot of talent, so I believe the comeback is definitely possible in these coming games.
Oh, I think it's definitely possible for sure, but it seems like they're going to have to change the play style up a little bit. They felt, dare I say, a bit lackadaisical in the play style that they had going on in that first game. So I think it's about time we see them step things up and try to draw one here against Team Gibberish, who have been on a tirade here so far in this tournament.
That they have. I believe Fast and Furious only dropping 1 game so far through their tournament. So they have been on quite a tirade, but that tirade might just be coming to a halt right here, because Gibberish, they have not dropped a single game so far tonight, and that continues. We'll see if that will change in game number 2. I believe this is their 10th game on the night so far, and this time it's not starting out their way. Peep scores first for Fast and Furious.
That was just a big booming clear. Nobody able to get back to it on time. Fantastic start to the game for Fast and the Furious. About time, I say, that they managed to score first. And kickoff not really going to quite go their way. Eris is going to play it up out of the corner, try to drop it for his teammate, fake the touch, not able to connect with his teammate. And Bala is going to try to play it up off the wall, but he does manage to get it around Bussy, but Peep's there just in time. Is going to clear it onto the wall. And nice little 50 from Bala and Wuzzy. Bala able to keep it in the orange half. Now Peep trying to slow play it, but Bala did get the boost. His teammate, however, unable to help him clear that. Bussy with a little bit of a missed touch. Eris is going to go up for it, but gets sent to the stratosphere by Wuzzy and kind of kill that play where it stands. Now Bala trying to pass it out to his teammate. Nobody's there, so Peep's going to clear it up to the wall. Eris cuts off Wuzzy. Now he's got a little bit of a solo play, doesn't have a reset, and tries to push it across, but unable to do so. Wuzzy's going to play it off the wall. Peep's going to take a quick shot. Anybody back? Bala, yes, top of the net, able to clear that away. Now Bala trying to pop it over. Bussy does manage to do so, but it's pretty shallow. Peep clearing it across the other side. Once again, just a little bit of back and forth here, but the pressure does seem to be mounting for Gibberish against Fast and Furious. I feel like we spent a little bit more time in the orange half this go-around.
Definitely. A lot more offensive presence being shown by Gibberish. However, if you look on the scoreboard on the blue side, there is still a big fat 0. So none of these shots matter if they're not able to break the plane of the goal. Right now, they got 3 minutes, 15 seconds to do so. 4 shots have been put on target for Gibberish. None of them have landed, and that needs to change. This is not a tie ball game. Gibberish is down. Fast and Furious are in the lead, and Gibberish needs to change that. Does not matter how many shots you have. One of these has to land.
One does have to land indeed. Bussy with a very long chain dash on the way back. Just kind of feel like he was flexing there a little bit. Big clear opportunity for Peep. Does manage to get over on Bussy's face, but not quite able to get the clear here so far. Peep trying once again, but a lot of 50s coming out for Team Gibberish, and they're working out in their favor so far, except for that one. Wuzzy almost gets it past both defenders. Eris able to clean that up. Bala now, big clear up to the wall, over to Eris. Now he's going to drop down, use his flip, get it past one, off the wall, off the ceiling to another teammate, but Wuzzy clears that nice and early. Going to be a free ball now for Team Gibberish. He's just going to clear that away. He tried to get it to Bala, but unable to do so. And now that's going to be a free shot for Peep on an open, empty net, and now they're up by 2. Team Gibberish, now they're the ones caught lacking, and they are now facing a 2-0 deficit for the first time in this series.
Keep scoring another one. So far, they have quite a good shot ratio, 66% for them, 2 goals off of 3 shots. And Gibberish, they are at 0 goals for 5 shots. That needs to change. 2 minutes, 5 seconds left on the clock. A lot of time is left for them, but they have to start landing these shots right now. They're not even hitting a couple of shots. They're just getting into the orange side of this pitch, and they have to start taking some shots. I mean, I don't even know if I've seen a shot from them in the last 30 seconds. And the caster curse strikes again. Eris scores for the first time this game for Gibberish and cuts that deficit in half. 1 minute 44 left to go.
Phenomenal angle from Eris. He had 2 defenders to get by and just absolutely slotted it between the both of them into the net. Exactly what his team needs, but now they need to get another one as soon as possible. That kickoff could have worked as a sizable advantage for him, but nobody able to get up to it in time. Peep's going to take that 50'd by Gibberish. He's going to fall down to Eris. Bala tries to clear it, but gets denied. Still hanging out over the mid. Bala quick touch up and high to Tavius. I struggle so hard to say that name. Anyway, Eris passes it back to his teammate. Quick shot. Bussy clears it. Demo, unfortunately, coming on the wrong orange player and is not going to help that ball go in, but Ball is going to pass it over to Eris. Quick shot opportunity back to his teammate. Quick shot deflected by Peep. And Eris off the corner and bounces off the wall, bounces off the wall again. It's in front of Wuzzy. Wuzzy goes up with the ball, gets it past one, doesn't manage to get it past the other, and Bussy missed that challenge, so the ball's flying towards the net. Is that in? No, it's off the crossbar. Team Fast and Furious got lucky with that one, man. I thought they were just about to let in another open net for a tie game. Now they get an opportunity to counterattack. He pops it off the back wall. So close, but so far.
Yeah, that pinch was so perfect. It was just a little bit off the goalpost. The 4th defender for Fast and Furious bails them out. And now we go up by 2. Bussy with a huge goal finds the net for the first time this series. 2-goal lead now, just under 30 to go. Gibberish, I think they're dropping game 2.
Sure does seem that way. I don't know if they're going to be able to swing the momentum the next 30 seconds. The best I think they can hope for is getting at least one more on the board and then ending it there. I mean, if they can tie it up, fantastic. But if Fast and Furious score again, I don't think that's a good look for Team Gibberish. So they really want to get another one on the board. That's going to start them off in game 3 with a little bit of momentum. They may not have won the last game, but at least they got the last goal. And here's an opportunity for them to do so. It bounces in ever so slightly off the inside corner for Eris. And they're up now, another goal deficit, only 1, 2 to 3, 7 seconds on the clock. You know, maybe a good kickoff brings us into an overtime. Still definitely a possibility.
Huge possibility. And with how some of these kickoffs go, you just never know until it's over. That is that perfect kickoff for Team Gibberish. If they can get somebody under that, this has potential. That one almost landed. Bussy has to keep it down, but it's not going to go down that easy. Eris trying to keep it alive, but the ball gets away from them. Fast and Furious take game number 2, and they tie this series up at 1. And we go into game number 3, all tied up. Fast and Furious with a huge game. Gibberish with a great comeback attempt. But in the end, Fast and Furious was just a little bit too good for them. We'll have to see what the rest of this series has for us.
For sure. I mean, honestly, I think that was the best ending possible for both teams. Like I was saying earlier, Fast and Furious, obviously they don't want to drop a third goal there and end up in an overtime. But Gibberish doesn't want to end up on a 2-goal gap and not having scored there at the end. So I think them getting that last goal is going to be good for them in their mentality on this one. I wouldn't say the momentum's really either way. After all, like you said, both teams are tied, and Gibberish did get the last scored goal. So I think it really could go either way. I don't really think the other two matches will really play too much of a factor in the performance of this next matchup, or this tiebreaker here, rather.
Now we're just going to have to see which one of these teams are able to be their best team. Right now, this one could go either way. Both of these teams, I think, have shown their best, but I don't know which one of these teams is better when they're both at their full potential, because both of these teams are so good.
Both teams are fantastic indeed. A little bit of back and forth here in the first minute of the game. Couple of opportunities passing by now. Eris with a nice air dribble over one, but unfortunately unable to maintain control at the last second. Nice little team play is going to get that back over to mid, but Bus is going to clear it over to his teammate. It's going to get intercepted by Gibberish, but it's rolling across their net. That's a dangerous ball with 2 attackers right there, but they do manage to come out unscathed. Eris, very low boost, pre-flips into it off the ceiling. Managed to maintain possession. But Peep is going to go for a big booming clear around the corner over to Eris. Eris is going to be able to take possession of that ball. Tries to get it past Wuzzy, does manage to do so. Now Bala up in the air early, but Peep up even earlier. Managed to clear that back over to the blue corner.
See, losing that ball, this gives Eris a huge opportunity. That pinch opportunity slips away from them. Now, this ball is kind of hanging out in the orange side of the field. Gibberish not really showing any attempts to make an attack on that goal, mostly just taking space in their opponent's half of the court. Need to try to center that ball. A lot of time being spent in the corner. That ball needs to cross that goal, which is, of course, in the center of the pitch. And that shot puts it right where it needs to be, but the defense too strong, but it can't block everything. Look at me, Ontavius scores first, strikes for the Gibberish side, and puts Fast and Furious down 1-0.
Look at me, Ontavius. Fantastic shot. Great opportunity that was not squandered. There's really not a whole lot that you can do if you're Fast and Furious. You're saving everything you can, but eventually something's got to break. And with that many shots coming that fast and that well placed, eventually you're just gonna miss one. Unfortunately, it was that time for them, but there's still plenty of time for them to turn around, get an equalizing goal, and maybe take some pressure. Here's Peep with a fantastic attempt at a pass over the middle, but he doesn't manage to get away with it. Wuzzy almost gets it past all the defenders and scores, but it bounces off the crossbar and wide. Close, but unfortunately not close enough. Peep with a fantastic 50 is going to keep the pressure in the blue corner, but Bala with a fantastic clear is going to demo Bussy on his way. Now he gets Wuzzy as well, only one back. The ball is high and dry. Now a third demo. Eris on a murder spree right now. Taking out every single member of the competition he can find. The pressure is mounting once again. They need to get a clear. They need to get a goal. And they need to destroy this offense. Bala getting another demo. This is a very, very aggressive run for this team. And the flip reset from... not Bala. Bala managed to dunk it in off the flip reset from Eris off the ceiling. What a delay on that reset. Completely confuses the defense. There's just nothing they could do about it again. Team Gibberish on a tirade here in the first half, or more than the first half of game number 3.
Bala has an opportunity for another one, but that one is met by Bussy. And once again, Gibberish taking up a lot of space in the orange side of this pitch, not giving Fast and Furious any room to work with at all. Bala has looked for that ground or that wall pitch before, but this time they're not able to connect it. But this offensive defense from Gibberish is so good. So far on this rally, this ball has not crossed that halfway point, I should say, and it ends in a goal for Gibberish. Once again, 3-0 is the score, and this game starting to slip away from the orange team.
This is something, all right. I haven't seen anyone really dominate a game like this in a little while. Gibberish just absolutely not giving any opportunity for Fast and the Furious to do anything offensively. They are stuck, staying on defense almost the entire time, except for here. Wuzzy does get past a couple of them, but Eris is going to clear it over Peep. Peep's unable to get that shot. Wuzzy fighting for it in the corner. Bussy also showing up to try to help his teammate out, but neither of them able to take control. Ends up being Eris hitting the ball over to the midfield. Now Peep off the ceiling. Wuzzy's going to take it instead, pass it over to Bussy. Bussy, air dribble past one, tries to play it for a 50 off the wall, doesn't manage to do so. It's cleared across now by Bala in the other direction. Peep tries to get a 50, doesn't manage to do so. Bala's in the air once again. He's got the dribble, he's got some boost. He tries to get it past one, but Wuzzy clears it back to the other corner.
30 seconds to go as well. Fast and Furious have to score once every 10 seconds if they want to win this game and reach match points first, but this is just not looking good. Bala with one more touch, and it's Eris to steal. 4-0. Fast and Furious will have to come back from down a game to get to the grand finals, because I think this game's going to Gibberish, and I think Gibberish is going up 2-1 in this series.
I think I'm going to have to agree with you on that one. It does seem to me like this match is over. There's nothing they can do about it. That's a GG go next if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, 4-0 is not looking good. Bala wants one more, but they're not going to get it this time. Maybe it's possible. Bussy hitting that one away. Eris will score the final touch, as well as get the MVP award. 5 center balls, 1 backwards goal is on the little tab at the bottom. 1 goal, 3 assists, 3 saves, 3 shots. An incredible game from Eris, and an incredible game from the entirety of Team Gibberish there.
An incredible game indeed. You know it's a good game when your team doesn't get over, when your opponent doesn't get over 250 points on the scoreboard. You know you kept them on defense the entire time, and it's quite a brutal match to watch. It's going to be interesting to see how Fast and Furious come back from that one, because I don't care how good you are at the game, that's going to hurt mentally real bad. You took a whooping after what's been relatively close games, so you're going to have to come back and come back hard. I think the demos were their biggest problem. They were just getting absolutely throttled by Team Gibberish. They were getting blown up left, right, and center, so they're going to need to watch out for that a little bit better if they want to stand a chance at winning this series, I think.
Yeah, definitely have to watch out for the demos. Maybe attack back with some counter demos. That is a viable strategy, but you got to do something about the demos. They cannot stay ignored forever, because if they do, I got a feeling we will have a ticket to the grand finals given away in this game. Demos have definitely been killer for Fast and Furious. Gibberish has been the ones doing the killing.
They've been killing it for sure, and once again, we're starting off the first 20 seconds of the game. Tons of offense for Team Gibberish, and what a save from Bala. It really looked like that was just going in the net. I think he kind of just saved it for his teammate. Denied themselves the opportunity for first blood. Now, Tavius passing it over to his teammate, not quite able to make it work, but a little reset on that touch is going to get it back over into the corner. Once again, Eris gets it past another one. Bala tries to cut in for it, does manage to do so. Eris can't turn around fast enough, and Peep is going to clear it. Now Eris up in the air is trying to set it up for his teammate, but it's a bit too far wide. It's going to get sent up into the corner. Bussy on the wall, no boost, but his opponent doesn't know it, tries to play it off, doesn't quite manage to win out on that one. Eris clears it back over to the corner. It's coming across Peep. Quick shot opportunity set aside by Bala. Look me on Tavius with a opportunity to make it work for his team, but unable to do so. Gets demoed on the play. Eris on the wall, does manage to 50 Wuzzy. Bala managed to 50 his opponent as well. Bala managed to clear it up over to the top. Peep clears it back down to the side. Look me on Tavius. Waterfall attempt, not quite. Nice demo though, brings a little bit of opportunity, but blue and orange alike both missing that ball. Little back pass, let everybody get a chance to regroup and get boost. Dangerous, that one.
Very dangerous. Eris, though, saying that they are the danger. Gibberish, a lot of space being taken up on one simple play. That is the danger of going up against Gibberish. You just feel safe, and then all of a sudden it's a booming shot, and all of a sudden you are no longer safe. So much presence shown by Gibberish. That has been the name of their game. That and the demolitions. Fast and Furious having a tough time keeping up with it. They have an opportunity here. They need to slow this pace down, take it at their own speed, because they had an opportunity to just take this ball and stage a coordinated attack. But that ball just gets away from them, and Gibberish came up on them a little too hard. They just were not expecting it. And now we've reached the halfway point. Still no goals being scored. But it looks like that might change right now. Eris double tap is there. Gibberish go up 1-0, and the death counter is officially on. Fast and Furious fall down, and they need to go again.
That was unfortunate for Fast and Furious, but Team Gibberish on an absolute tirade right now. Once again, continuing their momentum from last game. It did take them a bit longer this time to get a goal in, but what a double tap from Eris to get them up on the board. Now Bala, another opportunity set aside by Wuzzy. Wuzzy's going to try to get that center, but looking on Tavius is going to get that back across the net from the corner, but nobody's able to clear it. It's a bit high. Wuzzy on the wall now. He's got one behind him, one in front. Bussy with the demo attempt misses, and unfortunately unable to get that shot on net. Now Eris shoots it into the corner, goes for the double tap, doesn't quite get it, misses the touch there. Another opportunity wasted, almost got a second goal there. Now they're going to try again, but unable to complete the pass. Actually, everybody's going to miss that ball now. Peep with a little bit of boost is going to try to 15 into the net. Unfortunately, unable to do so. Now, back on the counterattack once again, Team Gibberish trying to stack that offensive pressure, trying very hard to shut down this Fast and Furious defense and offense from doing, well, pretty much anything. And they're doing a fantastic job of it so far.
Bussy, you can't lose control of that one. That gave Gibberish an easy shot. The double commit did ruin their chances, but if that double commit did not come in, that was a for sure goal. Have to be careful about that one. 1 minute, 5 seconds to go, and just look at Gibberish. Look at how slow they're playing. They don't need to try anything. They're up. They have a game to spare. So if they're in possession, they just take it as slow as possible. Smart Rocket League being shown here. Because all you have to do is just tick time off of that clock.
Most definitely, that is all they have to do indeed. Bussy with a flip reset does manage to make some offensive opportunity happen. He gets a bump on Bala as well, and was he able to get the equalizer? Fast and Furious are not out of this one yet. Fantastic play by Fast and Furious. I'm surprised to see it, honestly. I thought that they were getting a little bit in their own head there for a little while.
They might have, but they might have snapped themselves out of it. This team is a team that can adjust on the fly. That was definitely an adjustment that needed to be made. 30 seconds to go. Tie ball game. Pete trying to change it. Getting above that ball. Smashing it down. It's Bussy with the shot. And look at me on Tavius. Has to save it. Wuzzy wants to stay on this ball. Ball gets away from them. Peep has to rebound. Trying to dribble it in, but that one does not want to go. Bussy with the setup, and Bala clears it all the way back.
Bussy up in the air. He's got an opportunity. He's got the reset. He needs to get it past one more. Double tap down, and it doesn't go in. That was in the goal. There's no way we're going to overtime. How did he miss?
He didn't miss. Bussy did
that
not
was in.
miss.
That was in the net.
Ground. It was going in, and then it touched the ground. Heartbreaker for Fast and Furious. But they
I want to see how close that was into the net.
Again, that was close. I'm gonna have to look at that a little bit later because that was so close. There is no way that Bussy is not psyching himself out right now. This is going to make overtime just that little bit harder. Which way will it go? We either go to game 5 or we go on to the losers final. Gibberish just need to score once, and they send Fast and Furious down to the lowers.
They only need to score once indeed, but Fast and Furious need to win the next one too. They need to score here and they need to get their head together in the next one. They don't need Team Gibberish to score at all. They need to honestly just find a way to shut them down, but Eris with the flip reset, double opportunity, Bala comes in from the top and shuts it down. Great team play from Team Gibberish is going to send Fast and Furious out. And as we can see here, even Team Gibberish congratulating Bussy on that shot. Even they admit it was insane and they shouldn't have even been there in the first place. But that is unfortunately the way that cookie crumbles for Team Fast and Furious. They are going to drop down to the losers bracket, and Team Gibberish secures their spot in the grand finals.
That they do. They secure the grand finals. They secure the 1-game advantage as well. So no matter what happens in the grand finals, they will have that 1 game over their opponent. In Fast and Furious, they fall down to the losers final, where they will face the winner of Brutal Team 37 and Bet3, BET3, I think it is. But pronunciation aside, that's who they're going to be facing in just a moment. Best of 3. And it is for the rematch against Team Gibberish. Both of these teams, both Brutal Team 37 and Fast and Furious have faced against Team Gibberish. However, BET3 have faced against Fast and Furious. So no matter what, we're going to get a rematch in the losers finals. So we got a little bit of excitement to this next best of 3 series. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And we'll be back with that in just a moment. Welcome back, everyone. We are back after quite a long break with the losers finals. It is Fast and Furious coming off of a loss to Team Gibberish versus Brutal Team 37, coming off of a 2-0 win to BET3. And the winner goes to the grand finals where they will face Team Gibberish in a best of 7 series. However, this team will have the 1-game disadvantage, so they will be starting off the best of 7 on the wrong foot. So one more chance for one of these teams, but it's not going to be an easy chance at all.
Most definitely. Brutal Team 37, we saw them get knocked out a bit earlier in the tournament. Close games indeed, but still not enough to get past the Team Gibberish. Team Gibberish left Brutal Team 37 and then managed to shut down Fast and the Furious as well. So both of these teams want to win this comeback, get their chance at redemption. The question is, who wants it more? And I got to say, I'm not really sure who I think is going to have the better shot here. Brutal Team 37's fought through a bit more of the lower bracket, so they've had a few more games since then to kind of figure things out and get back in the groove. Fast and Furious went straight to this one from their last game. They've had a little bit of time to sit and wait, so kind of interested to see how they've managed to stay warm and try to like move past that last series mentally.
Yeah, we will have to see which one of these teams is able to come out on top. Of course, Brutal Team 37 just coming down here a couple of rounds ago. However, Fast and Furious, they are down here for the first time tonight. They will have 1 game in the lower bracket, and they're either going to win it or they're going to lose it. And of course, they want to get their rematch against Team Gibberish. But, Brutal Team 37, they're in that same boat. They got 2-0'd by Team Gibberish in the winter semifinals, so they want their rematch as well. But only one team is going to be able to get it. But which one will that be? Will it be Brutal Team 37? Or will it be Fast and the Furious? We got a best of 3 in front of us, and at the end, we'll have our answer.
Well, it's definitely a quick opportunity there for Fast and Furious. Unfortunately, not able to connect as it gets cleared off the back wall. A lot of very, very quick start to the game, rather. Not a lot of hesitation in that one. Counterattack opportunity gets turned aside pretty quick. Now it's back to the orange side. No grab, unable to keep Peep off that ball. Now Dre also unable to keep Peep off that ball. That's going to be a clear opportunity for Lev, but Bussy has other plans. Wuzzy takes a quick shot off the post. Peep, quick shot as well. Nothing finds the back of the net. Bussy tries to get one off the blue teammate, but unable to do so. No Grab's got an opportunity, tries to bait him out, but unable to do so. Wuzzy's not falling for it. And now we're getting into the back and forth here just a little bit. I'd say the pressure so far rather even, but I take that back. As you said, Caster Curse, no Grab. Nice shot opportunity, not going to waste on that one. And nice placement, keeps it away from 2 orange defenders. Brutal Team 37, rather, is going to take the first goal in this series.
Momentum definitely on their side. First goal goes their way, and the second rally is underway. Which one of these teams will strike next? Will it be Brutal Team 37 extending their lead to 2? Or will Fast and Furious be able to come back? Right now, it's looking like it's Brutal Team to strike. And that it is. Dre with a huge solo play, taking it 3/4 down the court and slam dunk that one in. Up for Brutal Team 37. Fast and Furious has to strike back. The solo play this time from Fast and Furious' side does not find its mark. A lot of shots being thrown at the backboard of Brutal Team 37. Nothing sticking just yet. Only 2 shots being registered by the scoreboard. Meanwhile, Brutal Team shoots another one, and it's Woozy that has to make this save. Having doing a lot of work staying on this orange side of the pitch. Fast and Furious having a tough time making space and keeping it specifically. I believe Doc Roz is gone. My co-caster
I apologize
no
for
longer
that.
here. He is back, Doc Roz. The man, the myth, the legend has returned, and I will no longer be forced to solo cast.
Sorry about that, guys. My apologies. My mic was being a little weird. Lev, quick shot. Another goal scored for Brutal Team 37. Fast and Furious, not looking so good right now.
They are not.
It's just not looking too good. Pretty much everything you said about their rotations and just getting outplayed, just spot on. They're just not getting to the ball when they need to. They're getting outplayed. They're getting outpassed, and they're getting outbodied too. They're getting those demos on them. We saw a little bit of that in the last series. They got a ton of demos brought against them, and there just was nothing they could do about it. So an opportunity here for Wuzzy, tries to get a play going, but unable to do so. Peep, shot opportunity, goes off the crossbar and away, not able to get that into the net either. No grab up on the ball, tries to give it to Dre. Dre takes the ball low, unable to get it past Wuzzy. Now Lev tries to play it around the demo, gets it around the attacker as well. That's a demo in the net, but Dre's still going to clear that off to the side. Ball goes over to Bussy.
Put something on. A lot of time starting to fall off this clock, and just this game crawling away from Fast and Furious. It's not over yet. There's still 2 minutes to go, but they need to score something pretty quickly, or else it's just going to keep getting worse and worse, and this task is just going to become taller and taller.
Taller and taller indeed. They are trying their best, but they're struggling to keep it out of the orange half. They're not really connecting on these team plays. That was a nice pass up to Bussy. Bussy passing it over to center. Was he there? But no grab. Kicks it across and unable to make contact. Now Bussy's back by himself. He's got 2 on him, but Wuzzy's going to take the 50 early. Fortunately, it's still going to get cleared back over to the orange corner. Now Wuzzy tries to play it off. Peep with the own goal. It's interesting. I think he was just trying to get in the middle of it and put it to the side, but that just goes straight in the net. Not actually quite sure what his intention was there.
I think it was a miscalculation or maybe a miscommunication. All I know is that,
that's just downright disrespectful.
Nasty.
You're up 4-0, Lev, and you pull that one? Oh, that is just pain.
That's wrong.
Oh,
that is just wrong. Somebody's got to kick this man.
It's just unfortunate for Fast and Furious. I know I used this line earlier, but that's a GG go next right there. There's nothing you can do about it. Just try to stall the game at least. Don't let them do this to you. Don't let them put up the Brazil just to ego you. Just keep the ball away from the net. You're not scoring 6 goals in the next minute. Just do whatever you can to stop them from scoring another one on you, Chief.
This game, I just don't think it's going to happen. They need 1 goal every 10 seconds, 6 times over. And you might be able to score 1, maybe even 2 if you get some crazy luck. But 6 is a little bit unruly. Dre wants more than 6. The question is the Fast and Furious defense going to give it to them? And no grab, double tap, looking for the connection, but the connection eludes them. 30 seconds remaining. I think we might be sticking with a 6-0 final.
Might indeed, but no grab. Nice little pass down from Dre. Almost gets them the 7th. Now Lev, quick shot. Wuzzy and Peep getting each other's way, but do manage to clear it. Just trying to slow this down as much as they can. Do not want another goal coming out for Brutal Team number 37. Waterfall might be one, but was just going to clear that aside 3 seconds ago. One more opportunity for Brutal Team 37. Off the ceiling, Dre with the reset. No grab, just says yoink, and tries to steal it for the double tap. Almost gets away with it, but is going to set aside Brutal Team 37. The first win in this series. Are going to be up by 1 in the best of 3 Fast and Furious. Boy, do they have a mountain to climb after that one. That was unfortunate to watch, especially that fake. That is demoralizing.
Oh, much work has to be done for Fast and Furious to win this tournament out. I mean, first off, they have to win 2 games in a row, and then they have to win a best of 7 series. 2 team gibberish, and it's going to be so hard with the 1 game disadvantage. So much needs to be done for Fast and Furious. and they could lose one more game, and they are done. Third place is all they get. Brutal Team 37, they're looking really hot. 5 more minutes to decide whether we go to game 3 or whether we have our grand finalists set.
5 more minutes indeed. It's going to be a hopefully not so one-sided affair. I do hope that Fast and Furious are able to come back from this one and at least show us. We know they're a good team. We know they're good players. I just hope to see that they can show us that they can get around the mental of the thrashing that they've received here, especially recently, and can show us some good Rocket League here. Once again, we know they've got it in them. I just want to see it.
No, they haven't. I mean, on their side of the bracket, they have gone up against a couple of pretty solid teams. They went up against BET3, Project Evil, and a couple of others. So a lot of potential on this roster. And I mean, when you got players like Bussy, Peep, and Woozy, it is easy to be a very good team. But the question is, are they better than Brutal Team 37? Game 1 shows to prove that is false, but Game 2 looks like that's going to be proven false as well. 4 seconds in, first goal goes the way of Brutal Team 37, and that is about the worst possible way you can start off a game of Rocket League.
For Fast and Furious, it's the best way you can start off a game of Rocket League if you're Brutal Team number 37. You've been on a mission in the last couple of games and in the last couple of series, absolutely shut down your opponents on several occasions. They're doing a great job. They just let it slip by them earlier up in the winners bracket. And, I mean, they're doing a fantastic job here now of coming down against Fast and the Furious. Almost a goal there for Fast and Furious, but it is just going to bounce off the post. Kind of gave them a little bit taste of their own medicine from earlier on in the tournament. Bussy, big clear over a couple of defenders. It's got Peep on the back wall. Now Bussy tries to take control of that, get it down in the corner. Dre able to recover and clear that across the net. Now it's Dre, first Peep. Does look like No Grab is turtling upside down. Oh, we've got Wuzzy and
they're in a rule
No
one.
Grab in a rule
The
one upside
rule
down.
one.
A turtle rule one. We've got a 2v2 going here. I don't think I've ever seen a turtle 1v or a turtle rule one before. That is kind of impressive. Dre, massive save. Peep had a great shot. Pressure mounting here for Fast and the Furious. Lev trying to get that ever so crucial clear. Gets it down over to the orange half, but Peep's going to bang that back right away. Now Dre in the corner gets it past one. Dre versus Bussy. Who's got it? Dre in the air with the flip reset. Gets the shot off, but Bussy clears it anyway. Fantastic defense. Now Peep's got to clear this away from Lev. Doesn't quite manage to do so, but Bussy's there in time. Bad mismanaged flick is going to leave Bussy a little bit awkward. And he's actually still does manage to keep it going. Peep's going to try to clear it across, but Lev's going to take it. Bussy on the wall is going to try to be there for him, but he's just going to clear it across, grab this boost, try to set something up. Elects to drop the ball down. He's going for the slow ground play. It's going to go all the way across. Now Peep's going to have to reset on this wall here, try to get it away from Lev. He's off the ceiling, does manage to do so. This is turning into quite the 2v2, I'd say.
Oh, very much so. This 2v2 is incredible. The question has not been answered yet. Which one of these teams' 2v2 game is stronger? Because right now, since this 2v2 has been going on, no goals have been scored. And Woozy and No Grab just still chilling out in their Turtle 1v1. Oh, the ball almost touching off of those players. But they have not been tapped just yet. Big flick by Dre, trying to pass it down. That one gets away. Lev, double tap. High potential for it. It's a little bit high and wide, or a little low and wide, I should say. It's been broken. The roll one has been broken. No Grab trying to reset it, and now they're back in it. Oh my goodness, Dre almost just broke the unspoken rule. But it doesn't matter. The score will go to Fast and Furious after an incredible 2v2 showing.
That's the kind of Rocket League I like to see. Two teams coming together, respecting the rule one. Not only just respecting the rule one, but sticking with it in a turtle. That is an interesting tactic if I've ever seen one.
And
Like I said earlier, I don't think I've ever seen one of those before.
Absolutely, and what I really loved was despite it getting broken, No Grab did the right thing, getting right back into it. That is the highest show of sportsmanship for No Grab. Huge amount of respect to these players. And that break, that was completely accidental. You can't blame that on the player. The player just kind of flew right into it. There was no real way to stop it. But I don't think it's going to matter to the Rocket League gods. They're punishing Brutal Team 37. So many shots going the way of Fast and Furious.
So many shots indeed, and a couple of missed opportunities from Fast and the Furious. The net was pretty much empty, and the ball was just rolling across, but nobody could get to it in time. But now, Brutal Team 37 on the counterattack. Lev off the ceiling is going to miss that little bit of a weird back pass from Bussy to Wuzzy. Is going to clear that up towards the midfield. No Grab's going to try to play it back, but Bussy's already in the air waiting for it. Lev waiting on him already as well. Peep's going to play it off the backboard, try to get around Lev, but Lev with a big booming clear, and a flip reset's going to keep the pressure mounting over to the orange half. Cleared once again back to the blue, getting into that back and forth midfield action from before. Dre, the nice beat against Bussy's going to get it over to the back wall. Not quite able to do anything with it, but No Grab with a fantastic solo play, gets it in front of the orange net, but unable to finish. Dre tries to clean up the mess, but is unable to do so as it gets cleared aside. Now, both members of the orange team a little bit low on boost. Somebody's got to make a move here. Wuzzy in the corners trying to play it around one, but Lev's sitting there waiting for him. Wuzzy did manage to do so. Now it's up. Bussy's up as well. Double tap potential. Not quite, but Wuzzy able to clear that up. And Brutal Team 37 are going to drop another goal. And Fast and the Furious finally up by 1. There's only 6 seconds left. They might be able to bring this to game number 3.
I think they are. The Rocket League gods are punishing Brutal Team 37 for breaking that rule 1, even if it was not their fault. Rocket League gods show no mercy. Team 37 has to score. Once again, this ball will touch the ground, and we go to game 3. One more game, and we have our grand finalist. But which will it be? Brutal Team 37 winning such a decisive game in game number 1, and then Fast and Furious taking away the nail biter in game 2. We got game 3 about to happen. So many questions that will be answered in about 60 seconds. Doc, what are we thinking for game 3? Who's taking this?
Man, I don't know. It's been pretty close. I mean, even that last game was very close. The first game, not so much. Kind of a blowout there from Brutal Team 37 against Fast and Furious. But Fast and Furious able to come back. Beautiful 2v2 plays from both teams. Fast and Furious coming out on top. I mean, I hope that they've recovered a little bit mentally. So as long as it's not a blowout, I'm going to be pretty happy about it, to be honest. But I don't know. Both teams, honestly, I would like to see either one of them get their opportunity for revenge against Team Gibberish. So it does look like Lev almost got away with getting a nice early goal once again, but not quite able to pull it off. Bus is going to clear this over to mid. Lev's going to 50 him. He's going to drop down to the ground and try to beat Peep, but is unable to do so. Quick shot from Dre, set aside by Peep once again. Peep doing everything he can on the goal line, and it's working out pretty well for his team so far today.
It is. How long can this keep up for? So much work has been done by so many players, but only 3 of them can be tonight's champions. A minute in to game number 3. We are scoreless. Lev trying to change that. Possibility to change it as well. Wants to read the backline defense. However, the backline defense sees that read and just waits for half a second to get that one through and away. Here's an opportunity, and here is a shot from No Grab. Brutal Team 37 goes up first. Huge setup from Lev, and Lev just stays on it, fakes it, opens up that slot in the bottom left corner. Beautiful team play.
Fantastic team play indeed. He's going to get Brutal Team 37 the first goal of the game. 3 minutes and 48 seconds on the clock. Kickoff is going to go in the favor of Fast and the Furious. Woozy over to Bussy's going to drop it down for Pete. Pete, quick shot, drop down left, but unable to get it on target. Bussy tries to get it over in the right-hand corner, but also doesn't manage to get it on target. So now No Grav's got an opportunity for counterattack. He doesn't have much in the way of boost, but he does have a lot in the way of demo. Nobody's back on the orange team. Somebody's up early. It's Wuzzy manages to beat the offense, and now they've got a big booming clear and an opportunity for a counterattack here against Team 37. But it's not really going that well for them, as now they need to get their last man back and clear that. There was almost nobody back in time. Did manage to set that one aside, however. Seems like the pressure, I would say, is going a little bit more in the way of Brutal Team number 37, but that was a good demo from Bussy to try to clear up some space. Unfortunately, nobody able to capitalize on it, though.
Huge shot from Bussy as well. That one was so close, but no cigar here. Fast and Furious remains scoreless. Lev has to clear it away. He wants a solo play. It's the backboard pass, double tap, just too far off. And the fourth defender strikes again. Brutal Team 37 praying to the goalpost. Lev wants to take this to the wall. They want the air dribble, but Fast and Furious does not give it to them. No Grab wants the team play, wants that pass, but it is hit away. Dre has to hit it back. Fast and Furious taking their time and making the right choice, taking it as slow as possible. No Grab getting a little too over aggressive, costs their team, and they take the first goal and tie it on up. Peep, what a shot.
Fantastic shot, great team play, good pass over from Bussy to Peep, able to clear it past the last defender over his shoulder and tie this game up. 2 minutes left on the clock. Really could, as I keep saying, go either way, but man, that is a great opportunity for Dre, but he does manage to get 50'd by Wuzzy. Was able to clear that aside. Now Lev out to the corner to No Grab. No Grab off the backboard. Is anybody there? Not quite. Wuzzy now in the air on the counterattack. Gets it over one. Can't get a pass two. Lev clears it to the corner. Now Bussy tries to get a pass to the defenders. Lev quick turnaround and big booming clear to the mid. Peep's going to keep control of that just a little bit. Does manage to get it over No Grab. Is anybody there? Only Dre. Dre's got possession of the ball. Tries to get it past Lev, but Lev backwards manages to get it back towards the midfield. Now Bussy going for the clear, going for the demo. Gets it past one. Can't get it past the other. Now Wuzzy quick shot set aside by Lev. Not able to get a goal in once again. They've had so many missed opportunities, this Fast and Furious team. And speaking of missed opportunities, holy cow, Bussy almost threw the game there. Thankfully, that demo cloud obscured the ball, or I'm very sure we would have seen another goal for Brutal Team number 37 there.
Oh, for sure. That was such a perfect opportunity, but it just gets away. The demo cloud does them an injustice. 45 seconds to go. It's Fast and Furious on the front foot. Peep gets met on the ball. Bussy wants to keep this ball on the blue side of the pitch, wanting as much space as possible, giving themselves the best opportunity of attack. The pass is misread. Oh no, Dre! That was the chance for Brutal Team 37 to win this game, punch their ticket into the grand finals, and get the rematch that they deserve. But it's just the simple whiff.
That was the worst whiff I think we've seen from Brutal Team number 37. Definitely the most important one for sure. Now an opportunity for a counterattack here by Fast and Furious. Bussy off the ceiling, tries to give it to his teammate Pete, but it's intercepted by Dre. Dre just ends up throwing it to the ground. Nobody touches it. We're going into overtime here in game number 3. Both teams struggling for the advantage here. First one to crack is going to drop out. Bussy out of the air, manages to get a pass. Another one gets bumped up into the sky. Wuzzy, quick shot, double tap opportunity, and it's in! Wuzzy, a beautiful goal is going to send Brutal Team 37 packing on that one. Fantastic read on that corner, and the defense just unable to touch it.
Team 37 had that game. They had that game. They had it in regulation. They had the perfect pass and push. That was their game to lose, and they just lost it. They had it an inch away. This far away from punching their ticket back in the grand finals and getting the rematch that they deserve. However, one single whiff ends their tournament. They go home with third place, and it is Fast and Furious to get themselves back in the game and get themselves a rematch with their former defeaters.
I'm not gonna lie. After the way that best of three started, I didn't think we were gonna be seeing Fast and Furious crawl their way back. Brutal Team 37 seemed like they were really putting them in their place, but at the last possible second, Fast and the Furious rip the rug out from under Brutal Team 37 and succeed in getting their opportunity for a rematch here in the grand finals against Team Gibberish, who shut them down real hard last time. So I'm sure they're ready for it. We're going to go ahead and get ready for that match. We'll be right back with it. Stay tuned. Don't want to miss it. We'll be back with you in just a few minutes.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Frost Esports Twitch channel. We are just about to get ready for the grand finals. It is Team Gibberish versus Team Fast and Furious. Team Gibberish, of course, making their way through the upper bracket, so they secure a one-game advantage. And Fast and Furious coming from the lower bracket. They get their last chance at a rematch against Team Gibberish, and of course, these two Titans did face off in a best-of-5 in the winners final, which did go the way of Gibberish 3-2-1. Might just be seeing another match just like that.
Well, I sure hope we don't see a shutdown. I would love to see a fantastic game from both of these teams. Quick shot opportunity almost gets in the back of the net, but it is saved by Fast and the Furious. Now and a chance for counterattack. Quick shot from Wuzzy over the shoulder of the defender, and Fast and the Furious are going to take the first goal in just over the first 30 seconds of regulation against Team Gibberish. It's a fantastic way to start for Fast and the Furious, especially after how their last matchup ended.
Yeah, they definitely needed that to get things started off. Team Gibberish, very aggressive team, and for them to get the first strike and get first blood in this series, that's going to be a huge advantage for them going forward. And if they can keep Gibberish at bay and take game number 1, the series will be all evened up. And there's another one that goes in. Kudos to Woozy. Such great shot taking so far. 54 seconds in, and we already have 2 goals on the side of Fast and Furious. Doc Roz's microphone did the thing again until
I fixed it again.
Is back. Okay, he's back. Doc
Sorry
Roz,
about that.
Back.
I might need to update my microphone. I apologize about that one, guys. What I was trying to say was it's a great start for Fast and the Furious. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, that was the fastest we've seen them take not just a game lead, but to be up by 2. I don't want to call it a small or a large advantage. I mean, 2 goals this early in the game, not necessarily a make or break for either team, but just a fantastic way to get the momentum swinging in your favor and really get in the heads of the team that hasn't played a game in a fair bit. So hopefully they've managed to stay warm, hit some training packs or whatever, Team Gibberish, but they seem to be doing an okay job. They are down by 2 here so far, but it was just because Fast and Furious had some fantastic opportunity. And speaking of opportunity, Peep, a phenomenal shot off the pass from Bussy is going to lead to a 3rd goal in 2 minutes of regulation. Fast and Furious on a mission in this first game.
Fast and Furious making short work of Gibberish in game number 1, 4-0 now. And Gibberish starting to really struggle. A kickoff goal. This time, Woozy secures their hat trick. Gibberish, this is still possible. 3 minutes for 4 goal is definitely doable, but it is not going to be easy. And with how this Fast and Furious team is performing, they are going to have to fight for every inch on this pitch.
I want to know how much protein powder these guys were hoovering before this game, because I don't feel like we've seen them this awake at all in this tournament. Not even halfway through the game, they've got a 4-goal lead, and it doesn't really feel like Team Gibberish is able to do anything to stop it. Rather impressive turnaround, I'd say, for Fast and Furious. Now,
this
Bala
is
tries.
a different team. And Ares looking for a shot, somehow lands it. However, Peep makes that save. Soon as Gibberish get things started, it is immediately shut down, and we go back the other way.
Oh, back the other way again. Looking on Tavius, trying to bully it past Peep, does almost manage to do so, but a demo from Bussy to Bala is going to open up for a counterattack chance once again. Cleared across back to the midfield, and a quick shot for Wuzzy once again. Aries able to actually keep that out of the net this time. Now Bussy from the ceiling not able to make contact. Was he last one back? Very low boost, not a problem at all. Hopefully somebody else on the orange team gets a nice clear. Peep does manage to get it to the mid, but he's also low on boost. Might have some pressure here coming out for the Team Gibberish, and Bussy trying to chain dash his way to the ball. Unfortunately, sails right past it. It was fancy and it was pretty, but unfortunately, not quite the result he needed. Now this might waterfall down. It doesn't. Look at me on Tamius, able to keep the ball in his possession. Eris clears it over to mid. Bala doesn't bother going for that one. Orange team has him beat. Now a clear over to mid. Bussy, Eris cuts that one off. Now he's going to pre-jump Peep. Kind of managed to get away with that 50. Now it's up high. Was he able to clear that off to the side? Natavius, quick shot, almost in, but cleared by Bussy. Now Peep coming in to play it off the side wall. Bussy goes for a quick shot, doesn't quite make contact with Natavius, able to clear that off into the corner. Was he trying to set up a counter attack? Peep's going to take that ball off the touch from Bala, almost gets it past one, but Air sends it to the corner. Bala with a big boom. This might be an opportunity. Open shot. Was he clears that to the side. Lots of shot opportunities coming out for Team Gibberish, but unfortunately none of them finding the back of the net here, and they've only got 30 seconds. I'd say this one's pretty much capped.
Think so. This game just not happening. Gibberish could possibly look for a consolation goal, but winning this game is just not going to happen. 10 seconds to go. Look at me on Tavius, leading the charge, hitting that ball over, but Woozy does not give Gibberish an inch. 0 seconds on this clock, and a player is already out of this lobby, and 1 goal will be scored for Gibberish. The consolation goal is all they get, and game 1 will go down in history at a 4-1 score line. We are all tied up at 1 on the series.
All tied up on the series as well. Fantastic start for Fast and the Furious, setting the pace of this grand finals matchup. The question is, can they keep the momentum? Can they get the next 3 wins in a row, and will they shut Gibberish down, or is Gibberish going to come back and show them that that was just a fluke and they're back in charge?
It's going to be difficult because Gibberish, they were in the end able to get a goal. They proved that the beast can bleed. But Fast and Furious, if they are going to keep this pace up, there's going to be no way that Gibberish can keep up with this Fast and Furious team. So I think it's a little too early to tell. If Fast and Furious keep playing like that and Gibberish just doesn't have an answer, then I think we might see a quick 4-1 series. But if Gibberish are able to strike back and kind of regroup and regain themselves and just get coordinated again, then we could be in for a pretty long series.
Long series indeed, I would imagine. I don't think I wouldn't expect to see blowout after blowout here, but we did see a little bit of that the last time these teams played, so you never know. Now a quick shot opportunity for looking on Tavius goes off the top of the net. Almost managed to get there. Eris demos Peep, and this might be an opportunity. Maybe it's not quite able to get the power he needed, and Peep's going to clear that now. Eris goes to the backboard. Peep still high up there. Managed to take possession and clear it, but Bala reads him like a book, takes it past 1, almost gets it past 2. Doesn't quite manage to get away with a third. Mantavius trying again, pass over to Eris. Eris 50s it up. Mantavius, he's up, he's got the reset. Bala takes the ball away from him. Honestly, I think he should have just left it. It looked like looking on Tavius had the much better opportunity after that reset to get it past, but it is what it is. Still a tie game with the first minute. No goals have been scored yet. Opportunity for Buster to throw it off the top. Nobody's there to clear it though, however, and the ball kind of just hangs out towards the front of their net, but still no good shot opportunities. Big booming clear. Bussy manages to clear it to the side, and looking at Tavius manages to miss the ball, and a quick easy clear for Woozy. He's going to take his time and bait one of them out. He's got just a little bit of boost, but he can't quite do enough with it.
So hard to stay under the ball when you don't have that much boost. When you got a full tank, it's a little bit easier, but when you down to 50, 40, even 30, you can get the air dribble, you can get it started off, but staying under it is so difficult. They did everything that they could. Now, a minute and a half has been ticked off. Still 0-0. Look at me on Tavius. Wants to change that. But the back line of Fast and Furious not going to let them yet. Peep almost gets red in errors with a nice play. Scores first, almost scores first. But now, Fast and Furious, they're starting to get formulated, and they are on the front foot. Look at me, Ontavious does not want to keep it that way. And a booming clear will put the pressure right back on the orange team.
Speaking of pressure, Bala almost manages to bully his way into the back of the net with that ball, but unfortunately only he makes the trip. Now Bussy on the wall tries to play it around, but he's got no boost. He's just kind of stalling, trying to keep the momentum rolling forward. Is unable to do so. Peep tries to go up as well, but doesn't manage to win that 50. Now Wuzzy's got the ball. It's a 3-on-2. Ontavious gets demoed by Wuzzy, and they're still in the orange half, so they got plenty of time. Wuzzy gets another demo on him after the spawn. So trying their best to keep the play open. Ontavious pre-jumped from a year ago, but gets the touch to the side, but unable to follow through with the next, and nobody there to back him up. Peep is going to score the first goal for Fast and the Furious and the first goal in this game. 2 minutes and 19 seconds to go. Still a very close one, much closer, in fact, than our last match for sure.
A lot closer indeed. And this series is a lot closer than I was expecting. The huge whiff by Bala. And this team is getting read like a book. Gibberish trying to remain as unreadable as possible, hence their name. But in the end, they're just getting read. Everything that they do has an answer, and Fast and Furious are answering it perfectly. So far, Gibberish have had 0 goals except for that consolation goal at the very end. In the actual pace of play, they have been shut out entirely.
Shut out entirely indeed, but Fast and Furious not able to connect on any kind of team play there. No boost to be found, and no teammates throw the ball to. Now Bussy out of the corner, he's got a little bit of boost, dribbles it over one, doesn't have a follow-up touch. Looking at Ontavious, able to clear it to the corner. Tries to get it around Peep. Peep is awkward, so he does manage to do so. Now Bala 1v3. Can he get it around the defense? Does kind of sort of manage to do it. Missed touch from Wuzzy is going to leave Bussy a little bit awkward. He does get a reset, but it is for naught as it's going to maintain in the blue possession. Now Bala off the top, gets the 50, falls down in front of the net. Nobody there to shoot it. Peep manages to get the ball away from the blue team in front of his net and barely escape without getting scored on. Really surprised that nobody committed to that one. That ball remained untouched for a good few seconds, very close to their half, but Eris with a chance for a double tap gets set aside, not quite on target. Now Bussy clears it across the net to Peep. Peep takes it up the walls, looks like he's going to pass it out. Hermione's going to go for a 50 up the back wall. Bussy turns on it, tries to play it past his team, does not manage to get the dunk. Now Eris up in the air, lot of height, not a lot of forward momentum, but still carries it across 3/4 of the field. Shot opportunity here for Team Gibberish, not quite able to get it. Eris needs to catch that ball. He doesn't have the speed, and it hits the side of the post and in. Peep is credited with that goal off the last touch, and man, that is a brutal one for Team Gibberish. Not the way you want to see it go, but it is what it is. You've got 10 seconds left. There is time for 2 kickoff goals, but with a kickoff like that, you're not really going to get that opportunity. Eris tries to clear it off towards the mid. He doesn't have enough boost. Ball crosses it off the backboard. It's going to get set across the other way. Ontavious tries to keep it in play, but is unable to do so. It's going to fall down, and Fast and Furious go up in the series 2-2-1. They have shut down Team Gibberish's well-earned game advantage in this series. Now Fast and Furious take the lead, and Gibberish is on the back foot. They're going to need to step it up. They have been shut out 2 games in a row. I know they scored that consolation goal, like you said, but I mean, they didn't really score a goal. It was handed to them on a silver platter. So they're going to need to step this up if they don't want to get absolutely swept out of this tournament.
Yeah, they need to change, and they need to change it now. And I mean, fundamentally, you look at the stat sheet, and they're doing pretty good. They got a couple of saves. They have a total of 12 shots to Fast and Furious's 4, but the problem is none of them are going in. There are so many shots that they're taking. However, the problem is none of them are making the defense awkward. They're not forcing Fast and Furious to do anything. They're mainly just smashing the ball near the goal and praying that something happens. And I mean, when you're in the grand finals, you're not going to get away with that. You might get away with it in the earlier rounds, maybe even in the semifinals or the winners finals or the losers finals. You get the gist. But in the grand finals, neither of these teams are going to let in games or shots like that.
No, most definitely not. They need to get better quality of shots. I mean, clearly they're getting shots. They're out shooting the crap out of Fast and Furious, but you're not scoring any goals, so does it really matter all that much? Clearly not, because now you're down in the series, and there was a great opportunity, not quite able to make it. Bussy with a free flip, able to clear it away from another defender. Tavius from the ceiling, had a great opportunity, but unable to do it. Bussy pops it up in the air, blue defender misses, quick shot from Wuzzy, set aside by Bala. Now it's up high in the mid, Peep is going to reach that one first. Wuzzy's waiting on the wall, Eris clears it to the side, Eris managed to keep it in the middle. Nobody's really back, but Bussy turns on it real quick, able to send that to the side. Tavius, big booming bounce off the wall is going to give possession to the orange team here. Bussy up in the air, Eris off the ceiling, tries for the dunk, but is unable to make contact. Now Bussy's got the ball, Bala sends it back. Wuzzy is going to shut that move down, but he's going to get demoed for his trouble. And that was a bit of an interesting play. I had kind of assumed he was going to play it a little bit closer to the net, but he kind of just bangs it off in front. And that gives the orange team a chance to clear and go for a counterattack, but it gets turned right back once again. And then once again back the other way. Little bit of midfield back and forth once again. Lots of demos coming out from both teams, but as we see here, 3:25 passed, or left to go rather, and still no goals from either team, both having had plenty of opportunity. Speaking of opportunity, Bala almost with an insane redirect's going to work out as a pass, crossbar down and across the net, and Tavius able to clear that up. Kind of a pass back play there too. Great team play, great read from the offense to get the first goal, and finally Team Gibberish gets first blood in a match in this series, so they're going to need to buckle down and hold on to that and hopefully score a couple of more.
They needed that one. They could not take the first blood in a third game in a row. They needed that goal. Fast and Furious almost scoring it right back, though. The defense of Gibberish holding up better than we have seen it hold up in a long time. The bump play gets away from them. Peep, top right corner. It's a little high and wide. Too far to the top, too far to the right. Now, Gibberish, they get away with the first goal. They get away with a couple of opportunities from Fast and Furious that probably should have gone in. And this is their chance for the breakaway. They got lucky, and now they need to capitalize on it. But Peep is just too good at the game of Rocket League. 1-2-1 off of a huge double tap, and that was so hard to read.
And maybe Peep needs that CRL finalist title, because he is putting in the work for his team. He's been a solid carry throughout this tournament and continues putting in the work here in the grand finals. Fantastic self-play, I guess. He soloed the daylights out of the team and managed to get a nice little bump off the rebound for a nice goal. Now they've got the pressure again. Wuzzy with a brutal fake, tries for a third, but nobody there to clear it. Eris able to just walk away with his life on that one. Man, that was a beautiful opportunity for this team, but unfortunately not able to do it. Now Wuzzy tries to clear it, gets played out and is unable to make contact, but it's still going to get cleared to the midfield. Now looking at Tavius, quick redirect opportunity, and it is in. Now Gibberish takes a goal advantage once again. Fantastic read, and exactly what they needed. Minute 50 just short left on the clock. Fast and Furious are going to need to score another goal real fast. This is looking a lot better for Team Gibberish this time around.
Being better and then some. Eris, that's a huge shot by Bala. Eris was just for the setup. But once again, defensive Fast and Furious hanging on. Woozy fakes out one. The second one is ready for it. Peep sends it back. The demo play is just too good. The old bump that guy, get him out of the way tactic works once again. Fast and Furious, there was just no chance for Gibberish to make that save.
Is it just me, or does it feel like Fast and the Furious's IQ in the grand final shot up by a lot? They are
At
playing
least 50
so
points.
much smarter, so
At
much smarter.
least
The
50.
fakes, the what looks like maybe a mistouch, but is actually just, oh, here's the ball for your teammate. Speaking of a mistouch, oh my god, that 50 was dangerous for Fast and the Furious. Eris almost bullies his way through, but not quite the case. Now Peep stealing boost, Buzzy waiting back for Look Me Ontavious, does get the 50. Wuzzy now up in the air with the ball, over one, but he has lost contact. Now Peep's going to try to play it past Bala, does manage to do so, tries to make something happen, but is unable to reconnect with the ball. Now Wuzzy off the rebound is a quick shot, but it's put aside by Eris. Eris manages to get it past another attacker, and now Peep bumps ball out of the way. Quick shot from Wuzzy once again, unable to get that in the net. Peep another quick one, looking on Tavius, back for it once again. The shots are coming out in quick succession here for Fast and Furious. Now a bump, now Peep takes over and scores once again. And Fast and the Furious are in the lead once again, 29 seconds left to go. Can they hold on for the last 29 seconds and take the next game in this series and extend their lead to match point?
Bussy with a huge solo play there. Peep gets credit for the goal, but that one was all Bussy. Hold on for 23 seconds and you are on championship point. What a couple of games from Fast and the Furious. Woozy sending it back down. The missed touch coming out as well. Forces Gibberish to come back through the entire pitch in just 5 seconds as another touch goes the way of Fast and Furious. Last second, last chance for Gibberish to take this game. And Bala hits it up one more time. And the smart choice is made by that last player, falling off, letting that ball touch the ground, and taking Fast and Furious to a 2-game lead and championship point. What a game from this orange team.
Phenomenal game from Fast and the Furious, really turning it around. Looked a little sketchy there in the middle. Gibberish managed to come back and take a point advantage in that game, but it got turned around and shut down so fast by Peep. Coming in clutch, both with the solo plays and the team play cleanups. Definitely earned his MVP status for that game and his hat trick, of course. Now we're going into what is match point for Fast and Furious. Gibberish need to step up. They did a good job of counteracting in that last game, but it wasn't quite enough. Whatever they doing, whatever they changed, they need to keep it up. They need to push it just a little bit harder for their opportunity to take us to a game 7, which now they're going to have to crawl back almost a full complete reverse sweep to pull off. So definitely a little bit of a mountain to climb there for them, but do they have what it takes? What do you think?
That is the question. I mean, a grand final reverse sweep has never happened in Frost Esports. But I mean, we got history makers on this team. Bala was part of the squad that went undefeated, the first team to ever do so. So why not be the first team to get the reverse sweep in the grand finals? I mean, they've made history once, why not do it again? Game number 4 on the series, or game number 5 on the series, actually. And reverse sweep needs to be the reality if Gibberish wants to win it out.
Most definitely, they are going to need that reverse sweep, but Buzzy with a double tap opportunity, bar down, and it hits the crossbar, doesn't go in, but Peep, as always, the king of the cleanup crew, here to help his team out and make sure that they get that on the board. Anyway, Buzzy not having the best luck with the double taps tonight. He's been shafted on a couple of them, and I'm sure it's starting to get to him just a little bit, but he's got great teammates able to clear that up for him, and they take, once again, an early lead in another game. They're up by 1 just over 30 seconds into the game. Plenty of opportunity here left to go. Eris gets it past one, tries to get it past another. Not quite. Here's Bussy out of the corner. He's still got plenty of boost, but gets knocked off the ball. Here's Wuzzy. He's going to try to low ball him, but he doesn't quite get away with it. Now Peep's got the ball in the corner. Bala sends it away. Bussy's already back, though. That's a big clear over to the back wall, but Eris is ready and raring to go. Gets it past another one. Peep, last one back, does manage to come out clutch. Wuzzy pops it up for him. Peep not really in a position to maintain control of that ball. He's going to go back for boost, and Bus is going to go up to the ceiling. Eris is going to shut that down early. Wuzzy tries to get it around in the corner, but is unable to do so. Now Eris has the ball, plenty of boost. He 50s it over to Leontavius. Leontavius shoots it over to the left side of the net, but is unable to find the back. Now Bus is going to play it into the corner. Eris is going to try to beat him, does manage to do so. The ball is high over the orange net. Bala sends it off the backboard. Leontavius is up, but Bussy clears it way down to the other end, and Peep is there and waiting, and that's another goal for Fast and the Furious. That is brutal for Team Gibberish that Peep just happens to already know what's happening. He read the play way ahead of time, and he's just ready, and there's nothing they can do about it.
Nothing can be done for this Gibberish team so far. Only one shot on the scoreboard for Team Gibberish, and nothing is working for this squad after so much work going all the way to the grand finals, only dropping one game. They have dropped 3 in a row in the grand finals, and they might be dropping a 4th one really soon. 2-0 is the score, and we might be on our way to a gentleman's sweep here in the grand finals. The double tap, or the pass play actually, does work for Gibberish though. So we might be getting ahead of ourselves a little bit. 2-1's the score, as it's Bala to Leontavius.
What a read from Leontavius, able to read the clear down and left and able to hit that off the post and in. Exactly when his team needed him most, he comes through. Now Bussy tries to slow down the offense, but is not quite able to do so. It's going to get passed back to him in the corner though, so no worries. He's able to take a big booming clear. Now Eris tries to make a touch, but unable to do so. Peep is going to take control of that in the corner. Leontavius up off the ceiling, not able to get it around. Here's Wuzzy trying to get it past Eris. Eris clears it up in the sky. Bussy is up there and waiting, but unable to do anything with it. Now it's a big booming clear back to the orange half. Bala gets it past one, but Bussy's there waiting. Bussy manages to play it in the corner, gets it past one, gets it past another one with a fake. Bala, however, managed to keep it in the orange half, pass it over to his teammate Eris. Eris coming off the ceiling, pretty low boost, but a free flip opportunity. Bump down center, but nobody there to save him and score that pass for his team. Now, a lot of pressure seems to be coming out for this blue team, but not quite able to find the back of the net again. Team Gibberish trying their best, and Fast and Furious doing everything they can to keep the onslaught and try to reverse pressure, but it hasn't worked out so well for them here so far.
Has not. Opportunity for Gibberish, hit away once again. And whenever things are looking up for Gibberish, Fast and Furious smacks it down immediately. Fast and Furious still up 1. Gibberish need to strike back one more time to tie it up. Look at me on Tavius. Who else to put another shot on the scoreboard? But that one does not go in. 65 seconds to go. And we might just have our champion. Or Gibberish might look for the double tap. Might connect on it. So many bodies right in front of the orange goal. The ball just rolling around. But they could not get that last touch to smash it in. We remain at 2-1. The redirect is huge right off the ground. What a goal from Eris. Just lets the ball roll right on top of him and in. Huge goal, and we're tied up.
I gotta say, with all the shots coming out, I'm amazed it didn't happen sooner. It is about time, but I am equally as amazed that that's the one that made it through, to be honest. It seemed like they didn't really have a whole lot of opportunity there with 2 defenders in the net, but they do manage to squeeze it through and find the net. Speaking of finding the net, and almost Eris with another one, but set aside by Bussy. Now a counterattack opportunity, nobody quite there. Fast and the Furious need to pick up the pace. They need to mount that pressure again, or they may drop a game here. They are dangerously close. Granted, we are still tied, but the pressure does not look good for them here right now. Now an opportunity, Bussy to Wuzzy. But no boost means no shot opportunity for Wuzzy. Wuzzy's trying to stay there and wait for his team to get there. He does manage to get Peep involved. Now Wuzzy's going to try to take this off the wall. A little bit of a missed touch there. Wuzzy has the ball in the mid, but passes it up to Leontavius. Now we're tied again, 0 seconds. Overtime. This is a dangerous place for both teams. You get scored on here and Gibberish is gone, but if you manage to pull a goal against Fast and the Furious, you do have another chance and kind of hopefully break up some of the momentum here that has been gained by Fast and the Furious. Looks like we are going to spend some time in the blue half. The little pass play, Bus is going to go up the wall with a little bit of boost. Quick shot over to the mid, but not quite what they needed.
Hala has to take this one off the wall, and it seems like Gibberish starting to find their footing. Look at me, Octavius with a big demo. Bussy hit off target, but the 50 is won. And look at me, Octavius has to run over. Peep makes that save, and Bussy leading the charge, taking this ball over to the wall. Peep sending it back over. The shot is on. It is saved away. And Woozy wants to keep this ball on the blue half of this field, but Gibberish not letting that happen. Peep has to hit it back over. Ping pong effect is coming through. Peep, one-on-one. Look at me, Octavius has to make this save. No one comes flying in for Fast and Furious to reset it. And now we take a little bit of a reset for both teams. Gibberish has some time to think, and Fast and Furious has some time to restart their offense because they're starting to get a little overheated.
A little overheated perhaps, but still great shot opportunities. Speaking of shot opportunities, Peep off the ceiling ball, not quite able to make the contact he needed. Now look, me, Octavius has got a quick shot opportunity set aside by Wuzzy. Now a quick clear attempt by over to mid by Peep, not quite able to work out. Eris sends the ball up mid. Wuzzy intercepts, but look, me, Octavius is going to keep the pressure on the orange team. He's got just enough boost. He's got the reset. He knocks it down, but Peep able to clutch up and clear it aside. I don't know how many more of those clutch saves this orange team has left in them. They need a clear, they need a counterattack, and they need a goal immediately. But this pressure is not looking good for them. And now a couple of whiffs from the blue team. Eris thankfully able to maintain the ball, and nobody on the orange team able to get the clear while the rotation was messed up. Nice demo for Peep on Look at me, Octavius. Not quite the effect they needed. However, it's going to go back to the orange corner. Both teams get an opportunity for boost and maybe a little reset, but it's across the net, and Eris comes across the net and bangs it at 41 miles an hour to clutch up the overtime goal. And Team Gibberish are crawling their way back.
They send us to another game. We're not done just yet. Game number 6. In just a moment. And man, Fast and Furious were so close to winning that game so many times. But Team Gibberish is the one to come out on top, keeping their reverse sweep dreams alive and keeping their Blizzard championship alive. We are 2 games away from game number 7. And Team Gibberish knows that, or 1 game away from reaching game number 7, I should say, 2 games away from our winner.
2 games away indeed. Just fantastic offensive prowess from Gibberish there. I mean, they put on a clinic in overtime there. It was basically their game, and Fast and Furious were just along for the ride, trying to hold on as best as they could. Unfortunately, unable to do so. Now they're going to get another opportunity. Fast and Furious still on match point. If they can clutch up, they still managed to walk away from it. But Gibberish trying to maintain the momentum that they carried over from that overtime and hopefully carry them into a game number 7.
Have to see how this cookie crumbles. I mean, you can't come off of an overtime win without feeling a little stoked. So that might be enough to fuel Gibberish into taking game number 6, and it might be enough to fuel Gibberish to win this series out and make history as the first team to secure a reverse sweep in the grand finals of a Frost Esports Rocket League tournament. And that is the perfect way to start. It's Bala Double Tap City. Population 1. And 1-0 for Gibberish is the score.
Well, a fantastic reset double tap off the backboard to get them up in the first 12 seconds of the game, rather. Now another opportunity. The ball's in front of the orange net, but Bussy's got control. He's going to clear it around. Another orange player defeated. Ball is still well into the orange half. Now Peep tries to clear it out, not quite able to do so. Was a quick shot over to Eris. Eris, he's up in the air, not quite enough boost. Hopefully, looking at Tavius, quick shot opportunity, crossbar, and out. It's saved by the defender. Now an opportunity for Wuzzy to try to get it to his team, unable to make contact with the ball. Eris in the corner, tries to play it over to looking on Tavius, but Peep sends that way off to the other corner. Wuzzy misses the ball. Looking at Tavius, backflips away from it. Bala tries once again to dunk the defense, but is unable to do so. Now the ball gets sent way over to the blue half. Bussy with possession of the ball over to Wuzzy, but Eris pops it up over Wuzzy and defeats what would have been a killer shot opportunity for the orange team. Bala absolutely balling on the orange team, gets it almost all the way back to the net, but not quite able to do so. Offensive pressure does seem to be mounting once again for Fast and the Furious, which after the overtime, kind of surprising to be honest that they were able to come back so fast. They spent the entire overtime basically on the defensive. Now they've got time to shut that down. Peep up out of the corner, pops it down to Woozy. Woozy unable to get the power required. It gets set aside by the blue team. And now a chance for a counterattack perhaps, but Peep manages to keep it in. Eris big booming clear, gets it past Wuzzy. Nobody's really back at the net. Bussy tries to make contact with it. It does end up getting shot almost out towards mid. Now Peep with possession in the blue corner. Off the ceiling, gets sent away. Eris with possession of that ball, drops it down low. Now Bala around another one. Eris open net opportunity, score. 2 goals for Team Gibberish. Fast and the Furious caught lacking once again. 3 minutes left to go. Looks like they're just getting a little bit outplayed here.
I think they are. There's no real way to sugarcoat it. They're just getting outplayed. I mean, look at the score, 275, 233, 28 for Gibberish, and it's 62, 60, 26 for Fast and Furious. It's a simple matter of possession battles and which team is winning it. Gibberish tripling the team points of Fast and the Furious right now, so it makes sense that they are winning the game. But we got to keep in mind, with over half the game to go, this is a still very possible to come back from, but you can't let that ball just float right in front of your net like that. That is definitely not how you're going to come back from that one. Or from this one.
Most definitely not. But that was definitely a scary opportunity that was missed. And oh my God, Wuzzy almost gets the goal. Bussy almost cleans it up, but Eris managed to keep them at bay. Eris doing a phenomenal job this go around at keeping the Fast and Furious offense just kind of sidelined here. Eris up off the wall, off the backboard, not quite able to get the double tap. Peep sends that aside. Peep gets a great 50. Now it's in the blue corner. Tavius is going to try to clear that, but Bussy's got possession of the ball. He did not get the reset that he went for, so he's going to end up losing possession here. Now Wuzzy jumps after his touch, leaves it over for Bussy. Bussy, quick shot opportunity. Tavius is back just in time, though. Wuzzy not able to put that shot on target. That would have been a great opportunity. Now the ball's going to get kicked all the way back down to the orange half, and Peep is going to be tasked with clearing this and maybe even getting a solo play, but not quite able to get it past the second defender in a way that was usable. Now, was he trying to make something happen? Not quite. Eris, quick shot opportunity over towards the orange goal, but not quite able to keep that one on target either. Was he over to Bussy, intercepted by Eris. Now Bala goes into the orange corner with possession, loses it, however, and a 50 from Eris is going to keep them alive.
60 seconds to go. Bussy double tap, eludes them here. 2-0 is still the score. Fast and Furious, they have to start showing some aggression. They're on the other side, but nothing is coming close to this net. And that has to change if they want to deny Game 7. We got a bouncer, and Bala just hits that one away. Keeps it as far away as possible. Not letting Fast and Furious have an inch. But eventually something opens up, as it always does. Peep with a huge wall pass, and Bussy follows it all the way down, 53 miles per hour. And that one goes through. 2-1 is the score, and with 27 seconds left, Fast and Furious only need one to tie.
one indeed, but the pressure is going to go for Look Me on Tavis. Gets the ball in front of the orange half, but unable to clear it, or unable to get the shot off. Balla doesn't quite get it on target. Now it's going to kick back to the blue half. Look Me on Tavis able to keep it from going towards their net. Big demo for Bussy against Balla, but unable to get the shot off. Only a second left on the clock. Ball touches the ground, and it does. Gibberish managed to take game number 6. We are back on tie game, match-to-match point, and going to game number 7.
Wow, game number 7, when it looked like it was all over. 3-1 was the series score line, and Gibberish was having a tough time scoring a single point.
That was something. I'm just kind of impressive, the turnaround. Fast and Furious were dominating for so long, and Gibberish able to just turn around and get this close to completing almost a perfect reverse sweep on this team. Very impressive turnaround by Gibberish. That's all I really got to say about that.
Yeah, very, very impressive. Fast and Furious only one game away from winning it, and then they just dropped game after game after game, and now Gibberish in that same spot. We go all the way to game number 7. Champions Field on Manfield night. Here we come. 3-2-1. We're just about ready to get into it. One more game, and we have our champion, Doc Roz. Take it away.
First kickoff, who's gonna get the advantage? Looks like it's gonna go the way of the orange team. Fast and Furious Bussy up in the corner. Quick pass over to the mid. Nobody there to clear it. Looking at Tavius, able to send it back to the mid. Was he off the backboard? Everybody able to contest that. Eris got corner control. Now Peep throws it off the ceiling and into the backboard. Now Bussy backboard down. Peep is there, but Eris dusts him to the ball. Now it looks like maybe an opportunity for some blue offense, but not quite. Was just going to keep that to the side. Eris already there. Keeps that on the offensive pressure. Now Peep in the corner. Little delayed flip. Tries to get it around looking on Tavius, but is unable to do so. Bussy misses the touch. Bussy's got plenty of time with the ball. Eris flying around. Gets a demo on Peep, but they are on defense, so not quite exactly what he needs. Bussy tries to get it past one, not quite able to do so. Looking on Tavius, clears it back over to the mid. Eris with a flip opportunity to shoot, not quite. Peep with a defensive bump, able to give them an opportunity for a clear. Haven't quite made it well into the blue half here. Maybe an opportunity now, but once again, not quite as an early interception. It's going to give that ball back to the blue team.
Is 0-0, and Eris looking for the top left corner, and they almost find it. However, it's so close yet so far for this Gibberish team. And let's also not forget, we've never had a grand finals reverse sweep, and Gibberish on the cusp of it. The Baker's reverse sweep, as I like to call it, is almost completed. They just need one more game, and Fast and Furious looking to do everything in their power to shut it down.
Everything in their power indeed. They are trying their best and they're putting up a good effort, but will it be enough? Now Peep high and with plenty of boost tries to get it past Ayers, but is unable to do so. Was he already there and waiting out of the corner? Missed opportunity, not able to make the contact on the ball. Now Bussy passes it down, tries to get it over to Peep. It's going to get sent back to the orange half by Eris. Now that's going to be a free touch for Look Me on Tavius. He's trying to set some up, gets a great 50 past Peep, but is unable to get that to the back of the net. Now Wuzzy's got an opportunity, slow play, actually a pass down to Bussy, quick shot, but Look Me on Tavius able to clear it over to the blue wall. That was a fantastic shot opportunity, but better defense. Now it's cleared back once again to the blue corner. Bussy, quick jump, able to pop it up. Peep shoots it straight down towards the net, but it is going to get saved by Eris. An absolutely wonderful save here. Now, Wuzzy trying to keep the orange pressure happening, but Balla is going to clear it back to the wall once again. Bussy tries to get in the way, but is unable to do so. Ball is way up in the air. He managed to hit it out of the corner. Wuzzy, quick shot, bar, and miss. Unable to get a good rebound. The ball goes to the right. Now Bussy on the backboard tries to get his teammate. It's up high. He's got plenty of boosties in the air. One on the back wall, two on the ground. Gets the reset, and Tavius able to save it once again. The saves are coming in clutch, but is it going to be enough? Are they going to be able to keep this up for much longer, or is Fast and Furious finally going to find the back of the net?
Not sure. 90 seconds to go. Score is still 0-0. Fast and Furious have had quite a time in the Gibberish side of the court. And finally, they're back on the defense. Team Gibberish opening up the possibilities. They're on the front foot now. They want opportunities, but nothing is showing itself. Here's Eris. Solo play. Top left corner. Peep makes the save of their night right there. Another shot is placed. This time it's Woozy on that save. And with 60 seconds to go, we remain at 0-0. Look at me. Octavius gets red. And that shot is shut down immediately. Sent up to the ceiling. Eris puts another one on, but it's saved away. Buzzy with a huge save. Look at me. Octavius whiffs on that ball. Ball takes it a little too high. It's off the crossbar. And now it's over to the side. Still very dangerous, but Gibberish is not finding anything that sticks. But finally, 4 minutes, 23 seconds in, Team Gibberish score first. The death timer's on, and we're on the brink of history.
Fantastic offensive just onslaught by Team Gibberish. Shot after shot after shot coming out for him. Not quite able to find the back of the net, but finally able to pull something off. Now here comes Team Fast and Furious trying to get the counterattack, but not quite able to find the useful shot either. Buzzy into the corner, tries to make something happen for his team, but not quite. Peep managed to keep it in the orange half. Buzzy gets dunked from the moon by Eris. Tavius trying to play it into the corner, but it is going to get cleared aside. Wuzzy's got 6 seconds. He's got the ball on the wall, but Eris plays it up to the side. Peep pushes it down. Buzzy can't get the ball up in the air, and Gibberish are your grand finals winners. What a fantastic game from Gibberish. As you called it, I believe, a Baker's reverse sweep. They managed to pull it off for the first time. Absolutely phenomenal.
Unbelievable. Fast and Furious got off to such a hot start. It seemed like it was all going perfectly 3 games in a row. And then something changed. Team Gibberish all started making sense. And Team Gibberish are your winners for tonight. They take the trophy. Blizzard number 64 goes to Team Gibberish, or as we call them by their full name, OIF4E3JF234 OIJ. So big congratulations to them, history makers, and they
once
are
again
your champions. Once again, Bala made history earlier, being a part of the first team to go undefeated, not dropping a single game. And tonight, he is a part of the first team to complete a grand finals reverse sweep. So Bala, put some respect on this guy's name, chat.
Absolutely phenomenal performance from Team Gibberish. Really thought they were about to lose it all once it got to that match point for Fast and the Furious, but they came back. They put on a phenomenal show. They made history tonight, and just absolutely fantastic. You'll love to see it. Thank you, everybody, for coming by today. Thank you, Nick NCS, for being our production specialist, as always. Thank you to Trolley for supporting this week's Frost Blizzard Weekly 3v3 number 64. Thank you very much, everybody who came and showed up. I've been Doc Roz. This has been Starcoin Hero. And thank you once again. Come back and see us next time.